AXA's adventure was born out of the dedication of a handful of people, led by Claude Bébéar, whose dream was to transform a small mutual insurer from Normandy into a world leader for insurance.
On avait une volonté de modernité, de faire rêver les gens, faire rêver le collaborateur, de leur dire voilà, là, il y a une étoile là, et c'est là qu'on veut aller.
That was 60 years ago. AXA's origins can be traced back to a small mutual insurer from Normandy, Ancienne Mutuelle de Rouen, specialised in property and casualty insurance. In the 1950s, the company emerges from the difficult post-war environment in quite a strong position, carefully led by its manager, André Sailloux-Dizarn. Looking for a successor, Sailloux-Dizarn recruits a young Claude Bébéar in 1958. Claude Bébéar takes the helm in 1975 and renames the company Mutuelle Unie. He is 40 years old with a modern vision for insurance and already the firm belief that to be sustainable, it is essential to become international. In the 1980s, Mutuelle Unie makes its mark in France. The company then buys out the Drouot Group, followed closely by the Présence Group. To bring everyone on board for the strategy, Claude Bébéar and his chief of staff, Françoise Colloc, take all the executives off to the Ténéré Desert. This shared experience paves the way for a truly united group and support for one single name, AXA. At the end of the 1980s, thanks to its acquisition of Compagnie du Midi, AXA is now listed on the Paris Stock Exchange and takes its first international steps. The early 90s are marked by the fall of the Berlin Wall, the Gulf War, and a major economic recession. This challenging period also opens up opportunities for those who know how to capitalize on them. In 1991, AXA acquires the US firm Equitable. 5 years later, AXA absorbs the French insurer UAP. This deal creates the French #1 and world #2 insurer. AXA follows this with a series of acquisitions, taking over the UK firm Guardian Royal Exchange, enabling it to strengthen its presence in 15 countries. At the dawn of the new millennium, AXA becomes a world leader. More than ever, its success is built around a shared culture. A culture of engaging with customers, employees, and civil society. AXA Hearts in Action, AXA's employee volunteering program, is put in place during this decade. In 2000, Henri de Castres takes over from Claude Bébéar. The next year, everything is turned upside down. 2001 is marked by the bursting of the dot-com bubble and the tragic September the 11th terrorist attacks. The group organizes itself to weather this storm. For instance, it sets up group risk management in 2003 to manage risks more effectively. In 2006, the economic environment is positive again. AXA acquires the Swiss firm Winterthur and starts investing in emerging markets. When the subprime financial crisis breaks out in summer 2007, the group is affected, but shows its resilience without public bailouts. In this volatile environment, AXA remains convinced of the importance of its long-term commitments to its customers and society in general. In line with this spirit, AXA launches the AXA Research Fund in 2008. Climate disasters, Arab Spring, Eurozone crisis. Faced with a constantly changing world, AXA understands that it needs to adapt. In 2010, the group launches Ambition AXA, its new transformation plan. For the business, the priority now is no longer to be present everywhere geographically, but to be closely aligned with customers' needs. AXA begins to focus on the health, protection and commercial P&C segments. When Thomas Huberl and Denis Duverne take over from Henri de Castres in 2016, they identify these three segments as the group's new strategic priorities. Following on from AXA's commitment to combating climate change, the new leadership team steps up its divestment from projects relating to the coal industry. In 2018, AXA carries out two major operations. It acquires the XL Group, a commercial P&C insurance specialist, and floats AXA Equitable Holdings, its American life insurance and asset management subsidiary, on the stock market. The group is transforming its whole profile. Less financial risk, more insurance risk. At the dawn of a new golden age for insurance, this is the start of a new adventure for AXA.